The aftermath of the battle against Overhaul, the death of, spoiler alert, you chose to click on this video, boy. Night Eye, Medio, aka Lemillion, losing his quirk, and so much more. My Hero Academia, the last 3 or so episodes, 4 episodes, whatever. Let's talk about it, baby. Let's go. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. So I want to say this before I jump into talking about the My Hero Academia anime's latest 3 or 4 episodes, whatever it was, the finale of Deku vs. Overhaul after the big 100% infinite episode and whatnot. And that's that I noticed with My Hero Academia, and it's been a little bit apparent, but now with season 4 is definitely showcasing 100% transparency of what they like to do with the My Hero Academia anime. I feel it's done for marketing purposes. I also feel it's the structure of the manga that's the main catalyst of it, but it definitely separates each season of My Hero Academia, at least for 2, 3, and 4, because season 1 was only 12 episodes, but it seems as though they like to do one half of a season is mainly like for the battle, shonen battle, action, big dramatic centerpieces, like crazy shit is like what they like to dedicate a half of the season to, like, you know, 12 episodes, 13 episodes, whatever. And then the second half, or the other half, depending on which one they start off with first, will be more slice of life, build up, comedy, essentially like the average anime fan that doesn't really care about the fights and whatnot can get into. If you just look at it with season 2, season 3, and now where season 4 is going with it, that seems to be par for the course with it, and it's very interesting. We're entering different times with anime now, especially with shonen battle series. The fact that we're more on the, you know, seasonal has become the norm for most shonen anime, or well, most anime in general now at this point. It seems as though they like to kind of cater to 2 different audiences almost, because I'm sure there's a lot of people that from here on moving forward might clock out from watching My Hero Academia season 4, similar to what happened with season 3. I want to say it was after the big battle between All For One and All Might. Then it kind of became a little bit slow paced, more class activity shit. Season 2, I want to say it was what, the sports festival first and then Stain, or vice versa. And season 4 again is going that same route. So I just found it to be kind of interesting how they like to section off. Like, we get one half of insane major plot progression, big action pieces and all that, and then the second half will be like, well, hey, here's some jokes, here's some setup and build up, and yeah, wait for season 5 for more action, boy. But that's not to say that the first half of season 4 of My Hero Academia was not absolutely phenomenal. The amount of stuff that went down in this first half has been friggin' insane. Between the finale of Deku vs. Overhaul, Deku putting him down, of course with the help of Eddie and her powers going insane, continuously healing Deku while he's fighting, to the point that Aizawa had to kind of put a stop to it, because if not, who knows what could happen to Deku. But Overhaul, he went down like a champ, I'm not gonna lie. He put up an incredible battle. He put up a fight against, essentially, if you think about it, almost, if not further, somebody that's on All Might's level, because at the level Deku was with 100% infinite, essentially he was like using All Might's powers against, you know, Overhaul. So even though you could argue like Overhaul doesn't seem like he's the strongest, he was pretty friggin' strong. He fought against somebody that was on the level of close to, if not beyond, All Might. On top of that, he had a battery pack that just kept on rejuvenating him. He breaks his arm, bam, back to normal because of Eddie's power going out of control and being unstable. So you gotta give props to Overhaul that he fought a very hard battle. He had a lot of people attacking him. It went from Medio, Night Eye, one after another he overcame. So shout outs to Overhaul, but I ain't gonna lie, even though he wasn't the center point of this season, I gotta give some major props on the villain category, the villain side of things, to just how dastardly and nasty Shigaraki truly is, and how well he plays being that disturbed villain that he is. Because again, the only parts we really saw of him up until like after the Overhaul fight was him kind of politicking, so to speak, with Overhaul about letting him use parts of the League of Villains and them joining up, and you know, him going going back and forth on it. So we didn't really get much of Shigaraki in this one, opposed to some of the previous seasons, how he was very, very important. But this one of the things is, even though he wasn't really that active in all of this stuff that went down, which you think about is like one big isolated incident against Overhaul, but the aftermath of what he did to Overhaul was just like, once again showing, yo, Overhaul, you had your time. This is the real dude right here. When he hijacked the ambulance or whatever it was that had Overhaul that they were transferring and shit like that, I was like, okay, already real crazy shit. But then stealing his life's work and laughing in his face about it, and on top of that, using his quirk to disable him so that pretty much he can no longer ever do, like, Shigaraki, honestly, for having very minimal to do with season 4, once again, in my opinion, left such a strong impact of just how disgustingly bad he is. Like, he didn't give a shit that Overhaul, whatever. It was like, oh no, I'm gonna let you know I'm head honcho, bro. Give me your serums, give me your little bullets, fam. You don't want to tell me? I bet I'm crippling you for life. Now you're gonna understand. Like, I think that a lot of that was karma. Going back to Overhaul, that was karma, because now Medio is, you know, messed up for, well, not for life. Hopefully he can get a cure at some given point, or Eddie can fix him up, or, you know, something can be figured out regarding his quirk, or maybe he learns to live without it and he still becomes, you know, I mean, look at Batman. Does Batman have powers? You know what I'm saying? So there's a possibility regarding that realm, but man, Shigaraki, that is my dude. Like, oh god, I forgot that happened in the manga. When I saw that, I was like, this is why this dude is really fitting of being the crazy creep of a villain, of the main villain for the most part of My Hero Academia. Let's talk about Night Eye stuff, man, because I didn't get to talk about it in my last video about the My Hero Academia anime. That shit right there, between All Might having to see him die. I feel as though because we didn't get All Might's death in the All for One battle last season, this was Horikoshi slightly apologizing and making up for that, because a lot of people were upset, like, yo, this was supposed to be the big defining moment. And I think it more so, if anything, adds character development, not really for Deku per se, although it does to a certain degree because he worked with Night Eye for a little bit there, but it just empowers Medio even further. I feel as though Medio, this shows that he is going to be a very important and integral character to the story moving forward, whenever it actually becomes that he gets either his powers back or he learns to, you know, be a hero without it. Whatever it is, Medio will be important. Even the fact that Night Eye, you know, uses his power one last time to see where Medio would be as a hero and whatnot, and he tells him he's gonna be a great hero. I ain't gonna lie, if I was Medio, I would have been like, yo, that's good and all, Pa, but just tell me, am I getting my quirk back or not, fam? Like, yo, don't leave me like this. I was just so tight, like, yo, Night Eye, you could have literally just said, you'll get your quirk back, and that's it. You would have given the man hope and shit like that. But I guess because of the fact that he learned that the future can be altered based on what just happened, maybe he didn't want to leave him with some unrealistic, or not even unrealistic, but some uncertain events to, like, oh, you know, he's gonna be waiting his whole life thinking he's getting his quirk back. So maybe that's why he just kept it as that. Obviously that's just me making excuses for the fact that, hey, the writer doesn't want to spoil what's to come with Medio's future or whatnot. But Night Eye's death, Medio, like, this had a lot of impact. Honestly, this arc really had a lot of impact, despite the fact that, again, Overhaul wasn't really like an important character to like the League of Villains and the endgame stuff per se. But I mean, if you think about it, he gave Shigaraki a deadly weapon now with these bullets. He killed off All Might's, you know, once upon a time sidekick, left Medio without a quirk. Deku kind of understood a little bit more about the levels to his power and shit like that. Like, he had a very, very big role in all this. And this first half of season 4, again, like, I like to, when it comes to My Hero Academia manga, because or the anime, shall I say, when it comes to like comparing, I like to, for, in my opinion, the best parts of each season, because again, like, I always prefer those parts than just the slice of life stuff. The slice of life stuff is cool and I'll watch it and enjoy it, but if we're comparing like this to the All for One battle of season 3, you know, all of that build up and shit like that, to the Stain stuff from season 2, and the Sports Festival was pretty damn hype as well, I'm not gonna lie. But if we're comparing all this, I think Overhaul is in the running for one of the better parts of the anime thus far. It was very, very deadly. The stakes were high. We took a lot of losses. A lot of shit went down. I gotta give it to it. Honestly, this shit has been fire. Leading off from there, the last couple episodes going into the exam for Todoroki and Bakugo, It was it was funny. I guess it was also to kind of humanize characters, and everybody, including myself, thought it was hilarious when Bakugo was joking around and he said like he was making fun of Todoroki or whatever for what that chick from Shiketsu High did. That was freaking hilarious. But you could tell that My Hero Academia is heading towards, which I kind of know because obviously I read the manga, where it's heading right now. And the next arc isn't going to be that action-packed for the most part. Towards the end, there will be some cool shit going down. So where it's headed right now, I mean, Aoyama, that was kind of interesting. I'm curious as to where that's leading. Aoyama doing the weird shit to Deku and stuff like that. So it's alright. Like, honestly, I don't think season 4 for the most part will be as hype as what we were, where everybody was talking about 100% Infinite. Like, we're not gonna have a moment like that for the most part until maybe the end of the season. So My Hero Academia season 4, curious what you guys think. How did you feel about everything that went down thus far? How did you feel about Night Eye's death? Do you think Meteor will indeed one day get his quirk back, or he's gonna learn to be a hero without it? What do you think of Overhaul? Do you think that Shigaraki, what he did to Overhaul at the end, is a true testament of how freaking amazing of a villain he's going to continue to progress to be? And what are your expectations for the remainder of season 4? How do you think all this is gonna play out? Again, I'm not that excited. Like, I keep it 100% real. I'm not that excited for the rest of season 4. I will watch it, but don't be surprised if I only talk about it maybe one or two more times before this season wraps up, because again, I think this was the peak of this season with the overhaul stuff. And your overall thoughts and expectations for the future My Hero Academia anime going forward. Go beyond plus ultra! That's all I have for this one though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links of course are in the description below. I'm from Netherworld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule: anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in.
Everything good always comes to an end. If you stab me in my back, we can never make amends. Trying to move to acceptance, hard to accept it. Mistakes like mirrors, gotta reflect it. I don't wanna fucking leave, but I gotta leave. Leave the maybes to the crazies. Maybe one day there I go admitting something in a subtle way. No more copies, leave without a trace. Last time, I'ma say last time. Moving on to the future, leave the memories as a pastime. Memories always feel like the worst, letting all the past, leave it in a hearse. Sometimes I wanna lie, but I don't. Why lie when truthfully you get caught in it? Then usually it's all off and shit, uncalled for shit. Now I'm off the shit. Maybe lately what I've been facing got me crazy. No, I can't take it. Maybe